Hi guys, this is Mike Desirous Prime. I'm doing something different this time. I'm not going to talk about Transformers, other than to say I'm not going to talk about Transformers. Granted, that is the main reason I signed up for YouTube and stuff. That is why, but all my work's been about that, and this is about something else. This is about SmackDown vs Raw 2011, which comes out on October 26th, I think, here. It's about 2 months away. 2 months away, and after reading on IGN and stuff, the reviews or previews, 2010 is seeming so dated, and it's still the in-date game. A lot of things are impressing me about this. I do seriously think that this could be the best SmackDown game. My favourites are 2010 and probably Shut Your Mouth and Here Comes the Pain. The scope of those was just off the wall. Okay, the few things in this, we now have 130 creative finisher slots, which is good. Obviously, you got 50 creator wrestler slots. I used all 50 of my spots on the 2010 game and only have 30 finishers to allocate. Especially being that I have 4 different versions of my character, which I couldn't do with the tires because they're different characters, and 2 finishers a piece for them. I ended up using about half a dozen finishers on myself. Call me selfish, it's my game. Which left 24 for 46. So 130, I can do all my finishers for all my characters, and then have, basically you can do 2 finishers for every creator wrestler, fill up all the slots and still have 30 left. That is how big it is. Championship belts have nameplates. Nice touch. Not something don't really bother me that much. It's obviously a nice touch, seeing your own name on the championship belt, but then you're not going to get much time to see it, are you? I mean, it's not like you can give your opponent a belt shot and then go on highlight reel and zoom in. That's probably going to be the best chance you're going to get to see it. You can you don't need to go through career mode, the tedious career mode, to build up your create wrestler stats. You can go straight in and do it as you like, which is useful, more than useful. About 25 of my guys, at least half of them, are still in the lower 50s and below. So you can just go in and do them as you like, which I think's a good move. Incidentally, you can also edit the existing wrestler stats. Put Kane up to 100, Dolph Ziggler down to 10. Do whatever you want. Rey Mysterio, make his stats as big as his height, 5.5, if you can get it that low. They say that's been done for the first time. I suppose you could say it has, but in general manager mode in 2007, I think it was, you could edit their stats that way, but that was just for GM mode. Hell in a Cell has weapons under the ring and steps. The cell's bigger. I mean, apparently there's been, I think IGN used the term bitching about this, and yeah, I don't mind saying it. I have bitched about it, not on YouTube, but I have bitched about it before. It's understandable, really. I mean, the Hell in a Cell hasn't really had much of an overhaul the last few years, except for the ultimate control moves off the top through tables and the glitch in 2010, man. Yeah, weapons and stuff will add to the experience. I mean, you only had the ring bell or the championship belt and the announcer tables. Bar throwing people off the top of a cell, there wasn't really a great deal to do. Especially if you run your own pay-per-views and shows like I do using the story designer, then you have multiple Hell in a Cell matches and you need to make them seem different and unique. And you couldn't do that on previous games. You could leave the action in the ring, but then it's just a glorified singles match. You could go out the ring and not go up top. It's just a hardcore match. This will really make for a better experience. Apparently there's better interaction with objects and stuff, and I saw pictures from a TLC match and I saw The Undertaker chokeslamming Chris Jericho off a ladder through a table. It's gonna be great, the whole interaction and stuff. It's seriously, I think this is gonna be the best game ever. Well, of the series so far. Speaking about shut your mouth and here comes a pain, apparently backstage free roaming's back for Road to Wrestlemania. I think it's just Road to Wrestlemania, I'm not sure, I could be wrong on that, please correct me if I am. That was fun. You go around meeting people, you start fights. There was some good shit in there, and apparently you switch to a first person view when you go out for your matches and that, which, you know, a bit PS3 2008-esque, but we'll see how it goes. I only really did the Road to WrestleManias once because I was busy writing my own stuff. That leads us into, I think, the WWE Universe mode, which is an ongoing mode that goes on all the way through the game while it's on, and the computer or the game will generate match cards and rivalries, and you can still customize your rivalries, you can customize the match cards, but it will do it for the bulk of it for you. And you might have a match, just an exhibition match, and someone will come out and attack you or cut a promo or something like that. Gotta say, I'm looking forward to this. Loading screens promote the next pay-per-view. It's just, you know, gonna be, I'm excited for that, I really am, because I used to I did a lot of story designer and running SmackDown, Raw, and for a while ECW shows, and it can get a bit much. So this will be fun. You can switch it off with the analog stick, I think, but it just seems so great, you know, so fun, and I really can't wait for it. I'm just hoping there's a separate story designer type thing, and you know, just in case you don't want the computer doing it, you want to write your own stories. And also one, what was I going to say? Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say now. It'll come back to me. Okay, now I'm taking longer to remember this than Jack Swagger did at Money in the Bank to win up the briefcase at WrestleMania. Sorry, Swagger. Yeah, I want there to be a story designer mode in there, a separate one, you know, just in case. There are a few things that, because I enjoyed story designer, and now I've finished that, stop fucking around lighting it. Excuse me a sec. Story designer, I think, first of all, let me go on the record and say that they did a great job with the first story designer. A lot of scenes, a lot of options, for the whole, a lot of fun. But three things, well, yeah, three things annoyed me a little bit, which I'm not going to gripe about too much because, like I've said, it was the first time they tried it. Number one, 10 created wrestlers per story. Yeah, you've got 10 slots, but if you wanted to do a created wrestler 6-man battle royal, that took up pretty much. I found doing some of my Raw and SmackDown shows took 2 to 3, sometimes 4 parts. Wrestlemania, that took loads of it. Can't use your own entrance music for cutscenes or highlight reel videos. That bugged me a little bit, kind of lacking atmosphere if you want to do a confrontation between 2 created wrestlers and you couldn't have any music, but I got around that. Third thing, the random crowd reactions to your created wrestlers during a story designer match. You could do, say, I don't know, the character I use, Rage, who is a good guy against, let's see, my heel brother, the mercenary. Do a match like that and you set it up, and maybe they'll both get cheered, which takes away the heel mercenary. Maybe they'll both get booed, which takes away the face Rage. Maybe the mercenary gets cheered and Rage gets booed. You can always switch it around, but you find yourself having to preview it and it just takes up. It became a headache in the end. I got to the point where I was doing the cutscenes and stuff, but doing the matches in exhibition mode separately. So hopefully those things, if a separate story designer mode is available, hopefully they'll be rectified. But like I said, first time out, it was a damn good job, I think. That's pretty much it. I mean, I've been going on for 12 minutes about this thing. I am really excited for it, and I hope it lives up to the hype, because they've promised before and disappointed. Hopefully, this year, this could be the mother of all SmackDown games. I'm Desirous Prime, and I am done.